Hey guys, it's Spacey Sims, and we are back with more Variable Barricade, and we were just going to start into, not really Nayuta's route or anything. I mean, we're in the common route, but we have to do all the boys' boards, so we're starting with Nayuta's board, and we had just, gotten into it in the last part. So, this is the Puppy Dog Waltz chapter, so... An all-around athlete and a picture of health. Gets emotionally attached like a puppy, well-meaning but has a knack for messing up whatever he's trying to help. Nayuta Yagami, also known as the walking debt generator. His naivety makes things worse and causes problems on a daily basis. All he wants to do is be helpful to me, but that's why he struggles so much. What's more, it feels like he's gotten even more intense lately. Or maybe that's just my imagination. Maybe it's just my imagination. After adjusting my uniform and checking my bag, I left my room to go downstairs. Plenty of time to spare, as always. Feels good to know my well-honed habits work. But recently I've developed a morning routine that's not going so well. Good morning, Spacey! I leapt back, startled as Nayuta appeared suddenly at the bottom of the stairs. Here we go. The new morning routine. At the bottom of the stairs, in the corner of the hallway, in another room, feels like Nayuta's always somewhere waiting for me to come downstairs. Come on, let's go have a seat at the table. I'll get your bag and... Oh, be careful. You've got one more step on the stairs. Your breakfast looks super good today. There's potato salad, a smoothie thingy, and that bread wheel. What do you want to drink? Coffee? Tea? What about milk? It's my favorite. Nayuta's eyes glittered with excitement, but I felt exhausted yet again. Here you are, safe and sound, Spacey. Were we in danger of not arriving to our kitchen safe and sound? Anyway. Shion and Taiga came into the room, no doubt drawn by Nayuta's thunderous voice. Morning, Spacey. I see you've had the pleasure of Nayuta's warm welcome again. Pretty rough, ain't it, babe? I took my seat without a word. As if anticipating my actions, Ichiya came out of the kitchen wearing his apron and bearing a plate of food. Good morning, Spacey. Here's a smoothie bowl, potato salad, and a freshly baked bagel, all for you. That's what the bread wheel thing is. Because he's like, there's like potato salad, smoothie, and like a bread wheel, and I'm like, a bread wheel? I was like, whatever. Okay, it's a fucking bagel. Oh my god. He's an idiot. I love him. Spacey, do you want a fork or a spoon for your potato salad? Oh, and do you want anything to spread on your bread wheel? Yeah, go with the bread wheel. Hey, Nayuta, I'm talking with her right. This jam was really good when I had some earlier. You should totally try it. Here, let me help. Or, no, he just said, here, let me. No, that's fine. I'd rather do it myself. Let's flavor this bread wheel up. He piled a thick, sticky layer of jam on top of my bagel. So much for watching my sugar intake. There we go, just the right amount of jam. Okay, now open wide. I can do it myself. Huh? Nayuta just blinked as I gave him a hard look. I can take care of myself just fine, so leave me be. Wait, but... So... What do I do now? That's what I'd like to know. How was I even supposed to answer that? Taiga sighed loudly. Nayuta, go buy us some candy, would ya? Candy? Yeah, the cheap kind. That's what you should do. Go buy some. Now. Those were the magic words. Nayuta's eyes lit up as soon as he heard the command. Say no more, Taiga, but in return, you better eat your breakfast. Just go, will you? Off! Phew! All three of us. A wave of exhaustion crashed over me. Shion smiled, completely unfazed. Nayuta's been in high spirits lately, wouldn't you say? He's been an absolute monster. He's got way too much time on his hands, so all his energy's just ready to explode. I think you could say it's exploded. Did something happen? My voice wavered with apprehension, and Ichiya gave me a sad smile. I asked him to peel some potatoes. He ended up peeling the whole box. I see. Today we're having potato salad. Yesterday was hash browns, and the day before, potato Gillette. I don't know. I don't know why I couldn't say the word potato. Is it Gillette? Galetti? I don't know what. I don't know. And I think I was stuck on that word coming up, and then potato is the word that should be coming out. I don't know. Andy cut off way too much potato. The skins were gigantic. He ambushed me in the garage the other day with a rag, some cleaner, and a bucket. A rag? I got caught in the rain riding my bike. When I got back, the dude was just waiting there. His tenacity's killing me. Wait, you let Nayuta touch your motorcycle? A few nicks don't bother me. Uh-oh. That's Taiga's annoyed voice. Things might be more serious than I thought. Shion, what about you? Yes, well, now that you mention it. A question that actually bothers Shion? Never thought I'd see the day. I asked him to buy me something, but he got the wrong thing. I hope someday Shion understands what it really means to be inconvenienced. That's because he's got all this pent-up energy. No thanks to you, babe. What? Excuse me? Pent-up energy? I cringed at the thought, and Taiga snickered like he cracked a great joke. I'm talking about his unfulfilled desire to assist you, girl. And there you are shutting him down every time. So his energy's just about... has exploded. This is my fault? I guess I did tell him I could take care of myself. That's where I went wrong. No one's ever told me something like that before. I didn't know what to say. Then suddenly... He's back with the candy already. They ran 6 miles to the store and then ran back. The candy store wasn't open. It was all locked up. I banged on the door, but no one answered. I can't believe him. So, what should I do now? I've run out of things to do. I know. Spacey, can I take you to school? Go back to the candy store and wait. And don't move a muscle until it opens. Will do. Mayuta practically skipped away. There's something seriously wrong with that boy. I love it. I don't know. They have, overdone the hyperactive puppy boy. And I love it. It's hilarious. It's exhausting, but it's hilarious. I got dropped off at home like usual, but I noticed something was missing. Kasuga wasn't there. He's almost always here to meet me. I had a bad feeling about this. The instincts I developed because of the boy's antics kicked into high gear. What did you do to Kasuga? And then, let me ask you a question. How much interest do you have in Buddhism? Out of curiosity. Kasuga's voice echoed down the hallway. Quietly, I peered into the living room. Kasuga towered over Nayuta, who sat formally on his knees, back ramrod straight. One's just desserts, karma, Yuri Butchiso, comeuppance, a taste of one's own medicine. What do all these mean? A taste of one's own... I don't know! Nayuta blinked away tears and whimpered. Kasuga's just given Nayuta what he wants, so... This, again, why Kasuga's the perfect man. Because we do not want to abuse Nayuta. We're like, I'm not into that. And Kasuga's like, I'll do it. Wait. I'll fucking do it. Wait. And then he's saying this and he's like, I'll put on her high heels and step on you later. I don't know. Kasuga's into it. Because he's a little, devious. And I think he gets off on, this. And okay. Look, sweetie, Look, if there's someone in the man harem that really wants you to step on them and I'm just not into it, but you're going to get off on it and they're fine with it, you just do your sweet little heart happy and just go fucking step on them. I don't know, please. It's great. I love it. Anyway. There was a good chance I'd get mixed up in this if I stuck around. I tried to follow my intuition and close the door, but... Spacey! Stay put! What are you going to do with... Oh, what are you going to do with this Buddha statue? Nayuta attempted to run to me, but Kasuga forced him to stay. I love Kasuga getting violently angry with him. I loved Kasuga before, but it's really hot now. Buddha statue? They can't possibly be talking about... I had no choice but to enter the living room. Kasuga bowed his head to me as an apology. Forgive me for not coming to get you, miss. I was otherwise... engaged. So I see. What's all this about a Buddha statue? Kasuga shook his head with disgust and slowly pointed toward the wall. When did that wall get brown wallpaper? No, something's off.
What I'm showing you is a cardboard box. The one the statue was in.
What? It nearly covered the whole wall, top to bottom, side. That must be one enormous Buddha statue?
I intended to clean everything up before you returned, Miss Spacey. However, the cellar took longer than expected.
But why is the statue even here?
It's a gift to you from Mr. Yagami, Miss Spacey.
Oh, what now?
If I may speak plainly, this is not the first time Mr. Yagami has given you an outlandish present. He's gifted you vases for good fortune, beads for beads for happiness, decorative stones for luck, and now the giant Buddha graces you.
Do I look cursed or something?
I've lost count of how many times I've warned him.
By the way, aren't all the boys' living expenses supposed to be covered by my family? Does that mean everything? Like this? Stop wasting my money on shit for me. My face twitched at the thought of all that money, but Kasuga gave me a reassuring smile.
Not to worry, Miss Spacey. A living expense or something useful for you will be reimbursed. Anything else is their own responsibility. For example, this 3.5 million yen purchase will be added to Mr. Yagami's personal debt.
3.5 million yen? But, see, it's the real giant Buddha statue! Mayuta's desperate cry only garnered a frosty smile from Kasuga. Can we just marry Kasuga already? All these men are trouble. I can't. It's hilarious, but good fucking god, none of them are worth marrying. No.
I've just confirmed with my sources that the seller of the statue was arrested for fraud. The statue is a fake.
No, wait, but he told me the giant Buddha would bring great blessings if I bought it.
It's a common scam.
Oh, no. I turned to Nayuta, whose eyes were rapidly filling with tears inside. You should worry about his. Why is he like this? Please, God, wait. Hold on. Thank God. Why is he like this? Romance up. Oh, I love the little chibi thing in the corner. That's so cute. Like, why are you so obsessed with being helpful? Because I might become your husband. A helpful husband. I couldn't help but feel that something was off when I talked to Nayuta. Completely missing my concerned expression, Nayuta's eyes sparkled as he spoke. And I just want to be close to you, protect you, be useful to you, Spacey. So I don't mind if you scold me a lot. And then he has that face like, scold me? I don't mind if you scold me a lot. You're like, you want me to, which is just, okay. If you want to be useful, then why not do things that won't get you reprimanded? Nayuta's statement baffled me, but I straightened my posture, trying to regain my composure. Because he likes getting reprimanded and abused. He wants us to step on him. I don't think he minds. He might be crying and afraid of Kasuga, but then he's going to go upstairs and be like, that was hot. He might be slightly into Kasuga right now because of what is happening. I'm just saying, the boy ain't right. But it's fun. Anyway, I'll take care of myself, and I won't resort to some superstitious mumbo-jumbo. Do you understand? So, the giant Buddha, you, don't need it. Because it's not cute, right? Are you serious? I slowly exhaled and looked him directly in the eye. Listen, from now on, don't buy weird stuff impulsively. Get permission from Kasuga or myself first. Can you promise me you'll do that? Nayuta looked up at me through teary eyes and nodded emphatically. All right, that's settled. I smiled with satisfaction, but Kasuga snickered. What's with that laugh?
Don't you recall what I said a moment ago?
No?
I said, I've lost count of how many times I've warned him.
But that would mean... A fresh bout of anxiety surged through me. But he agreed so earnestly. Would he really break his promise? Kasuga warned you not to buy stuff, but did Kasuga ever tell you, you make sure you check with me first? Because maybe that's all he needed. Although it's us saying it. You check with me first! And he's like, whatever you say, Spacey. I mean, he likes being stepped on, and I think he would like being stepped on by Kasuga too, but I think he'd really, really like, but you know what I mean? Like, it's like, well, if Spacey's not gonna do it, then I guess Kasuga stepping on me is fine. It's better than nothing, but, you know. So maybe us being like, you better check with me first, and he's like, okay. That's why... Thank you so much! Mayuta shot up and stood tall with a bright smile. I was shocked, but still wanted to believe in him so badly. Hey, Nayuta, you understood what we just talked about, right? Yeah, I feel so much better after that scolding. Where did all his remorse go? No, he just wants to get scolded. If we just walked downstairs and he was like, hi, Space, and we're like, it's Monday. And he's like, oh, and you're like, it's time for your beating. I think we just need to reprimand him for like, you said hi to me. And then the next day he doesn't say hi to you and whatever he does is wrong. Just scold him for whatever he does. And then when he does the opposite, you scold him for that. You know what I mean? You just always scold him. He'll be happy. He won't do stupid shit because he's getting yelled at, which is what he wants. It's fucking weird, but like, I mean... Stunned, I looked over and saw Kasuga wearing the smuggest grin I'd ever seen. Puppy dog waltz, clear. All right, so I'm gonna guess. Okay, let's see. Hopeless debt generator. Is that the next chapter that we go to? Yes, it is. I think we have to read all of his board, right? Because isn't that what it said? Yeah, we can't go to anything until we clear. Yeah, at least one suitor level 1 board. Okay, so we have to do all of Nayuta's stuff. So anyway, Nayuta was abducted by sketchy men, but when everyone finds out why. Nayuta was abducted by sketchy men! It's because he owes them money. Oh. Let them keep him. This is gonna be fun. A late afternoon on my day off. Day off? That was weird. When I can enjoy a nice quiet read with a hot cup of tea and some sweets. That's what I longed for anyway.
Hey, which nail tip design do you like better? What do you think about the colors?
I'm kind of reading right now. You gotta get out once in a while. You've been inside all day, lazy bones. Lazy? That's funny coming from you. You spend nearly every day just lounging around. Maybe so, but when I get something to do, I always leave and do it. Or when I got something to do, sorry. So do I. I just don't have anything to do because I prefer it that way. Fucker. I turned back to my novel and attempted to block out their conversation. I'd been reading in my room, but then the promise of tea and sweets lured me to the living room. Mayuta and Ichio will probably be back soon from shopping. A large sigh escaped my lips just thinking about having to deal with all of them at once.
Here, have some herbal tea. It soothes fatigue.
I looked up and saw a teacup placed on the table, and Kasuga smiling gently at me. See, everyone else is a pain in the ass, and he just shows up, hi, and you're like, hi. I didn't mean to interrupt your reading. No, it's fine. You can interrupt anything. I'm just saying. Her, me, all of us, same. If he knows I'm exhausted, then he could do more to help me out now. I thought to myself, picking up the cup. Just as I was about to take a sip, here comes Nayuta. I'm sorry, I was just distracted by Ichia's outfit. Is that like a white jacket? It's kind of like a very lightweight, like, shirt jacket. Like, over like the striped shirt. This is like, ooh, hi, I like it. No. I dig your casual, like that was your home casual look before, and this is your I have to go out casual look. I like it. I like that they changed their clothes. Help! No, that was not good. That was not a good help, but anyway. Ichiya crashed to the floor and gasped for air between ragged breaths. Oh, alright, this is where Nayuta's kidnapped, okay. What happened? Dude, chill.
I'll fetch some water. Hey, did you get the stuff I needed?
Read the room, Shion.
I asked Nayuta to get me some things, but I don't see him with you.
Ichiya managed to catch his breath, but his voice was still strained. It's Nayuta. There were these strange guys. What do you mean? What did these guys do? Did something bad happen?
Miss Spacey, please calm down. Mr. Mitsumori, here's some water.
My anxiety grew tenfold as Ichia took the glass. Ichia drank the water in one go, took a deep breath, and began explaining. What happened was Nayuta and I had finished getting groceries and were on our way back. Oh, look at Nayuta's little... Oh, yeah, there's definitely... Those are their jackets, but, like, look at... Aww. His outfit's cute, too. He looks, like, well put together for, like, the mess that he is. Anyway, we got lots of stuff today. I sure hope Spacey likes everything. I wouldn't have to get so much food if it were only me and her, but someone around here eats enough for a whole soccer team. Hey, is that some sort of hint? More like the whole solution. And I can't help it, though. Your cooking is super good. Hey, kid, come here a second, would you? What do you guys want? We ain't talking to you. We want the kid. Nayuta? Oh, me? Gotcha. Ichia, can you hold my bags? I'll be back in a bit. Idiot. Wait, Nayuta, come back here. And just like that, Nayuta left with those two strange guys.
Yeah, we got a wise guy over here.
One guy had on a cheap, tacky shirt. The other was wearing an ill-fitted suit, and I saw some scars behind his sunglasses. My gut feeling is that they're debt collectors. I'm not certain, but they didn't give off the most trustworthy vibes. Debt collectors? And they were all like, oh yeah, no, it makes sense. Alright, he'll be fine. I guess, but Taiga and Shion looked more puzzled than anything else. They didn't seriously dress like that, did they?
Ew, they sound so grimy. Not the kind of people I'd like to associate with.
That's not the focus here! I ignored the two and turned to Ichia. Have you contacted the police yet? No, I haven't. And why not? Look, babe, Nayuta chose to go, right? If it was his own decision, there's no reason to report it. But they ambushed you! That's surely enough for a case. Maybe assault or light kidnapping. Yeah, light kidnapping sounds right. I don't know if there's such a thing as light kidnapping. It's like light kidnapping, heavy kidnapping. Kidnapping is kidnapping. I'm just saying.
Miss Spacey, please calm down.
Don't you dare tell me to calm down! Feeling panicked, my mind jumped from one scenario to the next, each worse than the one before. At least, though, she's like, oh my god, Nayuta got kidnapped! Instead of being like, I mean, it's his own goddamn fucking fault, and whatever. At least it's peace and quiet. We'll just... Hey, look, if he's not back by tonight, we'll call the cops tomorrow. I love the shady dudes have chibis! I was like, who the fuck are they? And I was like, oh, it's the shady dudes. I love it. I love the fact that they went to the effort of giving the shady dudes chibis to like show them roughing up Nayuta. That's fucking adorable. I love the little chibi interludes in this. It's fun. Anyway. You looking pretty tasty, boy. If you don't got the money, how's about you pay us back another way?
You want the arm or the leg, boss?
Nah, those puny things won't be enough to wipe his ledger clean.
I see.
So the hat, then? The heart. Blood drained from my face. No matter how much Nayuta may annoy me, I can't let those guys do that to him. This is not what's happening. Oh no, what do we do? What do we do? We have to act now before Nayuta's heart.
His heart, miss.
Kazuga raised his eyebrows suspiciously and then let out an exasperated sigh.
I suppose we have no choice. Mr. Mitsumori, do you know which way Mr. Yagami went?
Yes, I chased them for a little bit. They're stationed behind a house. Come on, Taiga, let's go! I rushed to Taiga and grabbed his hand. Damn it, why me? Because you're the toughest one here. Just come on! Really? Do you think Shion's gonna punch anyone? Do you think Ichi's gonna manage? No, Kasuga might, but I don't want him getting hurt. If you get hurt, I'll take it. It's fine. I will sacrifice you. I will not sacrifice Kasuga. I think it's like rude. Miss! Wait for me! I'm coming too.
Have fun! I should really finish these nails.
Shion's just like, bye. I have no intention of going. It's probably better that you didn't, to be honest. Are you absolutely sure this is the place? Yes, I'm positive. Quiet, everyone. I believe I found them. I still don't know why I have to be here. Shut up, will you? We found a place to hide and looked over to where Kasuga pointed. Oh my god, it's not going to be what we think at all. Those are the sketchy guys Ichiya described. They definitely look like bad news, if their gaudy clothes were any indication. Nayuta stood opposite the two men. So what's the plan, babe? What you got in store for me? You're all cut from the same cloth. I figured you know how to deal with them. What? Be quiet! I ain't the problem here! I ignored Taiga's scowl and crossed my arms, trying to figure out what to do. Maybe we should call the police after all. That's probably for the best. We don't know if they're armed or not.
But we still don't know the full situation.
Yo, something's going down. Taiga drew my attention to the conversation Nayuta was having with the two men. I thought they're all laughing! I love the little chibis. Hey, kid, we're sorry to bother you, but your interest payment was a tad short this month. Would you be able to cover it now?
Yeah, for real? I messed up? It's not a problem. You were just a little short. See? Just a smidge.
Yeah, man, you're right. I'm so sorry for taking up your time. What were you having to find me and all? No, not at all. It's really not that much. I think I got just enough. Here you go. That should cover it. Thanks. We really appreciate it.
See you next month. Take it easy.
They're sketchy dudes, but they're super nice. I love it. Gosh, I sure do feel bad. Man, I'm starving. I can't wait to get home. Nayuta! Spacey? Nayuta looked shocked as we all filed out of our hiding spot, fell out from behind a bush. What are y'all doing here? I'm so happy to see you. Seriously? That's all you've got to say?
So, have we learned our lesson, Miss Spacey?
You inconsiderate little... Ow, huh? Dude, why'd you hit me? Nayuta seemed truly confused, so I made sure to speak in my most serious tone. You have some serious explaining to do. Until then, no dinner for you. What? He's like, what? Oh, it's okay. So turned on by this. We all sat on the couch and made Nayuta stand as punishment. Explain yourself in a way I'll understand. I could barely contain my rage, but Nayuta just flashed his usual carefree smile. Alrighty, well, those guys reached out to me when I needed some help. I couldn't pay my debts, and they said they'd lend me as much money as I needed. Their interest is kind of high, but they've been super helpful. Don't you know what loan sharks are?
So, do these guys, always come to you to get the money? It seems like such a hassle to track you down all the time. No, I normally transfer money to them after working my part-time job, but today I Nayuta glanced over at me. I kind of forgot about it because I was thinking about Spacey. Don't you dare blame me for this. But look, I paid them back like I'm supposed to. What a bunch of stand-up guys for coming all that way to make sure I paid. You mean to make sure they got your money? I don't know, man. Those guys were pretty low-key for debt collectors. Usually they're much more intimidating. Well, when I first met them, they were all like, come at me, bro. They used to do grappling, you know? But we got to know each other more and became pretty good buds. Beat them at their own game, huh? Taiga was absolutely right. Nayuta's naive and golden retrieverish personality had probably caught them off guard. The more I dealt with Nayuta, the more I realized his unbridled enthusiasm would be his downfall. Why did you even borrow the money in the first place? Surely you had a good reason. For some reason, Nayuta really lights up when I ask him questions like a schoolteacher. I guess it was the lucky cat that kicked things off. Lucky cat? This really nice guy said I had to have it. If I didn't buy it right away, I could die in 3 days. I could, not I would. And you believed him? Well, he also said it would bring me a bunch of money, and that it was smart to invest in debt. I, didn't end up making any money, though. Pfft. More like you lost money, Nayuta. He also had this bracelet to help me meet my dream girl, and a cool bowl hat that never runs out of food, so I borrowed more money. And a cool bowl that never runs out of food, not a hat. I don't know why I read a hat, and it was a cool bowl that, and I read hat for some reason. I don't know. Dude, that last one's embarrassing. How'd you fall for something like that? I don't know, but those guys have been so kind, and I can pay them back with my job, so everything's totally fine. On the contrary. Kasuga broke his silence and took a step toward Nayuta. Mr. Yagami, Do you understand how dangerous your current situation is?
Dangerous? What do you mean?
Right now, you're under the care of the Tojo family as a potential groom. If it became known that you were involved with unsavory characters, it could spawn unfortunate rumors and bring your reputation into question.
What?
To put it plainly, you'd be a great burden for Miss Spacey.
Me? A burden for Spacey? Nayuta fell to the floor and curled into a ball, his teeth chattering from shock. I just love the fact that Kasuga just slaps them all down left and right. He is like, they are all trash. None of them are good enough for you. And then we're going to fall in love with one of them instead of the man we should fall in love with, which is Kasuga. If you are new and you haven't been here for the last, 30 hours, however long we've been playing this, I will keep reiterating he's the perfect husband, and I love him. So anyway. No, but that can't be. What should I do now? Paying back the money would be a good start.
If you don't owe any money, then no one needs to come collect.
And that'll increase your chances with the lady, bro. For real? Alright then, I'll get the debt down to big zero this month.
Well, that would be impossible. May I ask, do you have any conception of your total debt?
What now? Kasuga gave Nayuta a cold stare, and Nayuta blinked in response, his expression blank. Why would we want to marry someone who's literally going to drag us completely down into the depths of being broke? Lots?
That's one way to put it.
Gotcha! I've got lots! Why is he so happy? Because he's a fucking idiot. Does he not understand what lots means? I mean, it's nice that he's positive. He's like, the whole world's falling apart, but I'm going to feel positive. I mean, I just wish I had a slight amount of the positive that he has, because good Lord. Lord knows when shit goes wrong, I just want to curl up in a ball and cry. And he's like, that's all right. The whole world's falling apart. It'll be all right. We'll all die together. I don't know. You might not be able to pay it all off, but you should at least wash your hands of the dirty money. Kasuga, you got his back, right?
If he's ready to sign his life away, yes.
Oh yeah, I got this, no sweat. Just you wait, Spacey. I'm gonna pay it all back like I'm signing away my life. Nayuta's face lit up with a smile, but mine twitched in frustration. Clear! Oh, there was no choices in that one, okay. Oh, now there's two little thingies. Through Ichia's eyes and through Shion's eyes. Oh, interesting. Okay, we only have the two. So, through Ichia's eyes is the next one. All right. Makes sense because it's here and then through Ichia's eyes. Nayuta works hard to pay back his loans. To help him out, Ichiya reluctantly decides to... Hey, I'm back. Hey, babe. You're home early. Couldn't stay away. You wish. Taiga chuckled at my response. If you're looking for Nayuta, he's napping. Then he'll be doing the construction gig till morning. Right. Nayuta hasn't been home very often ever since the incident with those debt collectors. Honestly, a construction job is... He likes hefting things and running things and doing this, and he's got a ton of energy. That's probably a good thing for him. If I'm ever able to catch him, he's either sleeping or eating. I hope he's not overdoing it. Nah, that kid's tough as nails, and he's about to get a nice little surprise. A surprise? Check out the kitchen. You'll see. I was puzzled by Taiga's smug look, but headed into the kitchen. This is missing some greens. Maybe broccoli or a bell pepper. Hey. Ichiya swung around widely and I jumped back. I, didn't mean to startle you. No. I'm sorry I didn't greet you at the, door. Ichiya avoided my eyes as he tried to hide something behind him. What's that you've got there? Oh, whatever do you mean? Show it to me. It's not really something you'd be interested now. All right. Ichiya dropped all pretense and slowly stepped aside, revealing a lunchbox? It was enormous. That thing could feed 10 people easy. I looked back at Ichiya and he awkwardly averted his gaze. Oh, he's making a lunchbox for Nayuta. So, With his appetite, he'll never pay off his loans if he keeps buying late-night meals. Plus, it'll look bad if he uses this as an excuse when I'm chosen as your groom. So it's not like I'm worried about him. This is just a little thing. You mean this giant lunchbox you made? Yes. Well, this is unexpected. Ichigo usually tells Nayuta to shut up or complains that he eats too much. But here he is making this really nice lunch. You have a bit of a soft spot for Nayuta, huh? What? Me? No way. I'm just, sorta... Ichigo tripped over his words until he finally let out a sigh of admission. Yeah, you're right. If I'm making this big lunch for him, then I guess that's what it means. I should be fed up given all the trouble he causes, but I don't know. I just can't be angry with him. The dog shits everywhere and gets mud, it is the hair and the fur and the bark, but, goddamn, he's cute, A heartbreaking look crossed Ichigo's face. And for some odd reason, I feel compelled to feed him when he whines about being hungry. Like he's a little brother or a pet. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I get that. When I yell at him, he sulks, and when I praise him, he perks up and comes right over to me. That puppy dog quality can't be a good trait. But he seems happy with the food. He always tells me how super good it is, so I guess he doesn't have the most sophisticated palate. Ichigo went back to preparing the food with a wry smile. Cutting those mini sausages into cute little octopus shapes might be Ichigo's way of showing he cares. Here, I'll help you. What? What's with that face? I've been known to cook a meal or two. Just let me change my... No! Excuse me? Ichigo's gaze bore straight through me. I will not let Nayuta eat something you've personally made. Not before I get the chance. I should be the first, and then everything will... Ichigo shut his mouth, snapping back to reality. I've got everything under control. You go relax, wash up, get changed, and then I've got a scone with your name on it. Hurry up now, before it gets cold. I've also made this lovely orange jam to pair with it. That sounds good, right? He drives a hard but delicious bargain. I acquiesced, and Ichigo gently but firmly led me out of the kitchen. It's so cute. I'm still thinking about how huge that lunchbox was. I guess it'd have to be for Nayuta. He'll probably wolf it down and beg for more. I couldn't help but laugh to myself as I pictured Nayuta as a little puppy dog. Please God, I need a fucking chibi, Nayuta puppy. This is what he'd look like. Oh! Okay, that was fast, and then I'm assuming we go through Shion's eyes now. Yep. Shion still uses Nayuta like he's a servant, despite how busy he is. I try to lecture him, but it's not gonna work. Peace and quiet. I've noticed it's been a lot calmer lately, even in the living room. And I'm pretty sure I can guess why. Nayuta's tired as fuck all the time.
And quiet, isn't it? Without Nayuta around, I mean.
I'm assuming it's Shion since it's his story. Yeah. I looked over to see Shion smiling gently at me from his spot on the couch.
Seriously, though, he's been working his jobs round the clock lately.
But that's so unreasonable.
Nayuta's always full of energy. I bet this is fun for him.
It doesn't matter if it's fun or not. Hey everyone, I'm back!
Oh, look, he's home.
I schooled my expression into something normal and adjusted my posture as I anticipated his footsteps. Shion, I got what you wanted. Here you go.
Oh, thank you. You can really do anything you set your mind to, huh?
I guess so. Nayuta handed Shion a paper bag. I just stared at them, unable to grasp the situation. Shion noticed and smiled.
And Nayuta got me these really popular sweets. Want to have some with me? I heard you have to stand in line for 3 hours to get them.
I can't believe him. Shion knows Nayuta's running himself ragged. Why does I say ragged weird anyway? How could he ask him to do extra errands? This is absolutely ridiculous. But just as I was about to voice my displeasure... Spacey, is there something I could do for you too? What? Maybe you're shopping or cleaning? Anything heavy I can move around? I'll do whatever. There must be something I can help with. Don't you have to work today? Yeah, I was just going to take a quick nap first. I got my security job till morning, then I go straight away to the construction job. Then go to bed. But no buts. Okay. Look, I love the fact that his sprite is like a tear in the corner of his eye. I gave him a stern look, and Nayuta pouted all the way to his room. What is wrong with that boy? Things are difficult enough for him.
Oh, poor Nayuta.
What?
He was so excited at the prospect of doing you a favor, Spacey.
Am I seriously being blamed here? All I did was not ask him for a favor when he was already wiped out. Respectfully, I'm not so shameless as to put an extra burden on someone who's exhausted, especially when I could do it myself.
Oh, I don't think Nayuta's shameless.
That's not who I was talking about.
For Nayuta, being asked to do something is akin to a simple conversation or showing affection. Things like that.
Shion smiled cheerfully at my puzzled expression.
When someone asks him for a favor, they're happy. And if they compliment him, he's happy. It's Nayuta's special way of communicating.
Like, Shion gets it. I understand where we're coming from. Like, he's exhausted. I can't ask him to do other stuff, but it's like, he has boundless energy, so, like, it wouldn't bother him one bit. I understood what he was getting at, but I felt like that way of communicating was extremely problematic. I mean, she's also not wrong here, but the relationship is so uneven that way, and he shouldn't beg me for a favor I don't need.
It doesn't have to be a big favor, you know. He's just happy to be helpful.
If he actually wants to help, then he needs to think for himself and make his own decisions. Otherwise, we're all just ordering him around.
Oh? Do you really see it like that, Spacey?
I was surprised by Shion's tone of voice. It felt like he was teasing me.
I think Nayuta's a selfish person, always doing what he wants and such.
Selfish? Doing what he wants? Nayuta's definitely a handful, but I cannot agree with what Shion just said. It's an interesting point, though. I mean, like, he's selfish. He's always doing what he wants. And it's like, what? He's not. We're making him do. Are we, though? Because, are we? Or is it just like a symbiotic fucking relationship where we're like, it's a cycle of like using each other? Because, like, we're like, oh, Nayuta, go fetch me a blanket. Oh, Nayuta, could you warm up my tea? Oh, Nayuta, could you fluff my pillow? Oh, Nayuta, could you turn the page in my book for me? And you think we're being an asshole. But he's enjoying it. He likes being told what to do. And if we don't tell him what to do and we're just like, no, I can get my blanket. Oh. All right, fine. You can get the blanket for me. Okay! And he gets excited about it, so he's conditioning us to give him commands, which we feel like we're using him. But he is absolutely, like, using us to give him command is weird because, like, he is doing everything he can to make us feel guilty for not ordering him around so that we'll order him around to do things for us that we don't need him to do. Like, I do not need him to get my blanket for me. It's right there next to me. I could reach over, but I'm just going to have him do it because it makes him happy. And then he's happy because we did. And it seems weird, but, like, he wants to do it. He wants us to ask him to do these things, so he's being all sad, so we're like, fine, Nayuta, could you hand me my blanket? And then he hands you the blanket, and he's all happy, and you're like, I just used him to give me a blanket that was literally sitting right next to me. My hand was, I could have moved it, but no, instead I made him do it. And then we feel like we're an asshole for doing it, but he's all, ha ha ha, I finally got her to give me commands. And it seems like a weird power imbalance, but, like, he wants us to do this for it. It's like, it's very bizarre. Like, it seems like there's an imbalance here, but he likes it, so I don't know. It's kind of like you yelling and hurling verbal abuse at someone is awful unless they're getting off on it. Then it's really not as awful as it seems, is it? Because they're enjoying it. You're like, it seems like you're being an asshole, but they like it. So it's no different than, like, lavishing praise on them. Because lavishing praise on someone who hates it and is like, it's burning me when you say nice things, that would be torture. But you think it's something nice, but it's something bad for that person. You know what I mean? It really just depends on the people involved. But so, like, Nayuta wants us to do this, and eventually we are going to start throwing all these chores on him, and he's going to be happy about it. And we're like, wait, he conditioned me to give him commands. Wait, huh? Maybe he wants us to feel guilty about it. I don't know. No, I don't think he does. He just wants us to tell him what to do. Which is weird. Nayuta might be misdirecting his energy or his motivations, something like that. But he's not selfish. He's just inconvenient. I remained unconvinced, but Shion kept smiling.
All I'm saying is that Nayuta's dead set on getting what he wants, which means he makes very selfish choices.
She unhappily opened the bag of sweets, despite my growing concern.
Oh my gosh, look at how exquisite these toppings are. I heard these taste heavenly. Here, Spacey, have one.
No, thank you. It wouldn't be right for me to take something that Nayuta brought back when he was run off his feet to get it. She sighed with disappointment when I staunchly refused.
You should have one for him especially in that case. And then if you thanked him, it'd be excellent. And Nayuta would no longer be fatigued because he'd know you like the sweets and are happy.
If I enjoy eating them, Nayuta will be less tired? Yeah, I mean, he's weird. That makes no sense. Seeing that I was at my wit's end, Shion handed me a magazine.
Here, this'll give you an idea.
The magazine was titled, How to Train Your Dog. Thanks, but no. Because Nayuta's a dog. I retorted and stalked out of the living room. Oh, it's so good. Clear! Next one. Yep. Whatever this one is. Which is... Oh, okay. It's funny because that one's here, but even though the arrow goes, you can't go over. Anyway. Yes, my number one priority. Nayuta's so busy, it's starting to concern me. One morning, I decided to talk to him about it. Oh, my back. I need to stretch. Oh, I got to. Oh, my back and my shoulders, like my neck. That upper shoulder neck area. Oh. And then he left early this morning for another part-time job. He won't be back until almost noon tomorrow.
My, that does sound rough. But I can't believe he's organized his schedule so well.
I sighed deeply at how mistaken my best friend was. Not exactly. It's Kasuga who's managing Nayuta's schedule. I don't like it, but I end up hearing about it.
My, what a shame. But why Kasuga?
Because if we let Nayuta handle it, he'd get into more debt at his part-time job. Kasuga wasn't one to sit idly by, so he found a job that suited Nayuta and had apparently finagled it into his schedule. But Kasuga's part of the problem, too. There's something... like he's oddly enthusiastic or enjoying himself. Yes! Because he knows none of these men are good enough for you, and he's the one true love. Jesus.
Mr. Yagami, I have your schedule for today.
I'm all ears.
I'll be at one construction site from 8:30 a.m. till 5 p.m. From 5:30 p.m. to 6:30 p.m. is an event in the mascot suit, and then another building site from 7.
Wait just a moment.
Is something on your mind, miss?
Is something on my... Tell me, when is he supposed to sleep with that schedule? There's no time to even eat.
Do not worry, miss. It's all been calculated. Physical limits, what time he hits his stride, jobs where he can demonstrate his strengths. There's no schedule more perfect than this one, wouldn't you agree? What do you think, Mr. Yagami?
It sounds good to me. The work you're giving me is so rewarding and fulfilling. I'll do whatever you say, Kasuga. I mean, the thing is, I feel like she's got a point. Like, he needs to think for himself and just not follow everyone's commands. But at the same time, he is very much energetic and needs this kind of physical labor to get that fucking energy out. And, like, everybody else is like, no, but, like, they're slightly taking advantage. But at the same time, they're giving Nayuta kind of what he needs and wants while being selfish about it. It's kind of like, there's probably a better balance here, but I don't necessarily think they're 100% wrong for abusing him. Like, yes, but, like, Kasuga being like, you need to go from here to here and do to this and do to that. Now, if Nayuta was, like, actually exhausted, okay. But, like, he's just going to get into trouble if he's left to his own devices and having him, okay, you're at a construction site and you're doing this kind of work. And then you're doing this, which is a little bit more of a break. You're in a mascot costume. Okay, it's going to be sweaty in there, but you can manage it. And then you go here, like some people need the physical, like, he needs the physical exertion. He is a very active dog, and it's like, I don't like the fact that somebody is running around with my dog herding sheep all day. Your dog is a sheep herding dog. It's in their nature. You need to fucking do this. You know what I mean? Like, this dog needs to be run ragged, and he still has boundless energy. So, girl, you need to just trust that other people are maybe pushing his limits a little bit and being slightly abusive, but, like, You would just have him do nothing, and it would drive him crazy. Like, they're at least trying. We need to, like, merge things, you know? Maybe don't abuse him as much, but, like, also understand that he needs to be told what to do. He needs to have things to do. He can't just sit idly by, so we got to keep him occupied, you know? You know, get a dog toy that just spins around in the yard for him to chase in circles if you don't want to play fetch with him. You know what I'm saying? Like something, I don't know. It sounds like he's training Nayuta well. Samugi hit the nail on the head. From the outside, those two look like a trainer and his hardworking puppy. Yeah! I guess as long as Nayuta's fine with it. The house is much quieter when he's not there, and Kasuga's too busy to nitpick at him. I poked at my lunch. Samugi looked at me with an amused expression. So then, tell me, why all the jealousy? Excuse me? Are you lonely because Nayuta's not around? Or are you sulking because Kasuga's monopolizing Nayuta's free time? Which one? I'm sulking because Kasuga's not around. Neither! It's been refreshing not to have to deal with those two. They're annoying. No, Kasuga's perfect. Shut up. Nayuta's adorably spirited. I'm guessing that's why you let him get away with so much. Am I right? Get away with so much? Me? Him? I tried to bring up an example to refute her, but irritatingly couldn't. I know! Let's play a game. You're stranded on a desert island with only one other person. Who's your survival buddy? Nayuta or Ichiya? Kasuga. A deserted island. I had trouble imagining such an unrealistic setting, but tried for Samugi's sake. Okay, so Nayuta would absolutely be able to knock down a tree and build a fucking fort, and actually an entire fucking mansion out of, like, the trees on the deserted island without any tools because he's like a tank and, like, it'd be fine. So, but Ichiya would actually be able, we wouldn't die of, like, dysentery or anything because he'd actually know how to cook food and, you know, probably purify water and all this shit, and so we wouldn't starve to death. We'd be, like, sleeping in a fern, under a fern, on the ground. Okay, just here's a giant leaf. That's basically it. But we wouldn't starve to death. We'd probably get eaten by other wild animals and, like, shit, but... And, like, with Nayuta, we'd starve to death, but we'd at least have a roof over our head and be able to protect ourselves from wild animals. I'm just saying. Either way, we're gonna fucking die, so... I hope I drown at sea before I end up on the deserted island. Not that I want to drown at sea, but that's preferable to slowly suffering to death on a deserted island with either one of them. And Taiga would absolutely make me hang myself or literally jump into the ocean and drown because I think he would drive me bonkers 5 minutes after we got there. And, well, with Shion, we'd have drowned on the boat, so... I'm gonna take Shion then, because we'd have drowned on the boat. Because he'd be too busy, like, oh my god, my nail. Ah! He wouldn't be able to get into the lifeboat. So, we'd drown before we got off. So, yeah. This is like a no-win scenario. There is nothing positive about any of this. I mean, yes, there are positives. We either have lots of food and we suffer from the elements, or we're protected from the elements and we starve to death. Like, either way, I mean, we're gonna die pretty fast, so. Which one's the least painful way to die? So, drowning in the ocean. Just, like, hit me in the head with something, and then I just drown, and then we're fine. Like, I don't want to be on a deserted island with anybody. I had trouble imagining such an unrealistic setting, but tried for Samugi's sake. If I were on a deserted island, I'd have to do everything myself, like fetch my own water and build a fire. Everything from preparing food to building shelter. Is Ichiya really capable of all that? No. I can only see him going around in circles. Out of those two, Nayuta... Oh, okay. Next question. There's more? You're at an amusement park, and you really want to ride an intense roller coaster. Who do you ride with? Nayuta or Taiga? I feel like either one of them in an intense roller coaster would be fun. Because, like, Nayuta would definitely have fun on the roller coaster, but I don't see, like, Taiga being afraid of the roller coaster. But I also, if you're literally putting, like, who's less annoying, like, at least Nayuta would be having fun with you, and Taiga would just be insulting you the whole way. So, like, Who do you want? The person who's having too much fun or the person who's bitching the whole time? There's only room in this boat for one bitch, and it's me, Taiga. Sorry. I scowled at the words intense roller coaster. Those rides are meant to make you scream, but they're so terrifying you can't at all. Okay, girl, you've got a problem. Roller coasters are great. Stop it. I'm always so worried before getting on them. My body shakes. Then during the ride, I'm still trembling because I think I'm going to fall. Why is it that, like, amusement parks are like hot date spots. I get that. Okay. I get it. But, like, why is it that every single girl's like, oh my god, roller coasters? I don't know. They're scary. Why does every MC have to be terrified of roller coasters? Is it, like, manly to like roller coasters and it's feminine to be afraid? Like, why do we have gender stereotypes about roller coasters now? Stop it. It's annoying. And once I get off, the shock from the experience makes me tremble even more. I mean, I understand sometimes MC, but I feel like every single MC, every time a roller coaster comes up, it's like, oh gosh, I don't know, it's scarier. Oh, okay, and then I was terrified. The only reason I'm going to be terrified is when that motherfucker stops upside down in a loop and gets stuck that way, and then you're like, oh shit, it's like Final Destination, we're about to die. You know? But if I'm gonna die, I'd like die on a roller coaster. At least you'd be like, wah! Screaming and having fun until crash, you're dead. I mean, I'm just saying. Why is all of Anyway. Basically, I never stopped shaking. I wouldn't want Taiga to see me like that. Yeah, okay, in this case, I hate the fact that I'm terrified of roller coasters, but it makes it easier for her to make a decision and be like, yeah, no, Taiga'd make fun of me, so no. I gritted my teeth with annoyance. I'd ride with Nayuta. Tsumugi nodded with a giant smile on her face, obviously pleased. And now, the final question. You're choosing a doubles partner for tennis. Do you choose Nayuta or Shion? Well, that's unfair. Shion doesn't even know how to hold a racket. Okay, this is a trick question no matter how you slice it. Nayuta's basically the king of all sports. I can't even imagine Shion lifting a racket. I don't think he knows what a racket is. Tsumugi has to know that. Well, which one? I grumpily responded to Tsumugi's smug prompting. Nayuta, but all those questions were unfair. No, I mean the deserted island one either one could have worked out well and also bad. The roller coaster one really only works out for Nayuta's favor because you're afraid of roller coasters and you think Taiga's going to make fun of you. If you weren't afraid of roller coasters, either one of them would have worked. See? But obviously, Tsumugi knows, so that was her point. But in this one, this was absolutely a trick question. Who do you take as a tennis partner? Hi, the guy who plays sports or the guy who doesn't even know what a racket is? Who is going to scream and hide because there's a ball being lobbed at his face? No. Seriously? That's not even. That's a trick question. My, how so? Because when you look at the choices, Nayuta's the only logical one. You rigged the question, so I choose him. So, I mean, again, the first one, but the second one, rigged because Tsumugi knows you. And then the third one's absolutely obvious. I frowned, but Tsumugi's grin just grew bigger. So, Spacey, you chose Nayuta by process of elimination. I mean, I guess, yeah, he's better than... Nayuta is the better one. And that means you trust him more than the other three, yes? I didn't really say that. I'll bet when you meet them you said none of them were worthy. But now you just said better. I'd call that progress, wouldn't you? Winning your trust is actually a very difficult and coveted task. And that's why I thought you might want to think about your feelings for Nayuta. Just a bit. My feelings for Nayuta? Well, see, the thing is you have to clear one barricade board, right, for one of them. But I'm assuming we still have to clear all of them to get the common round ending? Or maybe you don't. It said you had to clear it, but maybe you only have to clear all of it if you want to get the true ending. You have to at least get some romance with all of them. I don't know. Because otherwise it's like, Nayuta's the best. And then we're going to do the Shion one later. You know what I mean? There's nothing I won't do for you, Spacey. I don't know. We'll see as the guide goes, but... I admit that if someone else told me that, I'd probably dismiss them. Or even be disgusted. You kind of were at first. But not with him. He's for real. He means it 110%. Just one look at his fervent, genuine eyes. It's laughable to think he has an ulterior motive. Well, that might be true, but... No, I don't trust him! I guess I was mistaken. Sorry. Some of you said one thing, but her smile told quite a different story. All right, we're at time, so I am going to stop. Oh, Kastuka! That means we get to end this part and sit with you and then start the next part looking at you. I love it. Anyway, I'm going to wrap this here, so I will see you guys next time. Remember to give the video a big thumbs up and subscribe to see more.